this unique experience we're having here is actually the transformation agenda that we're looking at. Some people thought it was that it is not about businesses getting funds, but the tools to drive these businesses to become a system and not just as an individual. And right here, we have one of the resource persons for this unique experience we had today. There's something that is quite unique about his own presentation. He made mention of the EMIT perspective, and we understand the EMIT brought to Nigeria just 2 weeks ago the 7-point management attention to Nigeria. Let's find out his thoughts about this unique experience. Sir, it's our pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Sir, please introduce yourself.
My name is Don Okwofu.
Right,
I'm
sir.
a business consultant.
Sir, it's a pleasure.
Yes.
Sir, there was something quite unique about your presentation. The EBIT Worldwide was in Nigeria just 2 weeks ago,
Yes.
and my company was part of the process trying to get everything they brought to Nigeria on YouTube. And today you're speaking from the doorstep of Parallex Microfinance Bank. So number one, let's start from you defining a typical Nigerian business.
Well, it's hard to define a typical Nigeria business. I think there are different types of businesses, but generally businesses represent the owners. When I say represent the owners, a business takes the character of the person that brings it forth. So there may not be a typical Nigerian business. A typical Nigerian business will be a business by a typical Nigerian business, a Nigerian person.
Okay.
Yeah, but businesses take the character of the owners. If an owner is a visionary, it will be a visionary business. If an owner is a quick money getting person, it will be a quick money getting business.
All right, sir.
So businesses take the character of the people.
Okay,
But to answer your question maybe a bit more directly, Nigerian businesses seem to focus on profits and cash flow rather than on real services and value creation for people. Maybe that's where the gap is right now, and that's what we're trying to shift. Let's move away from just people, let's move away from just money, but into people and real services.
All right, so I want to thank you for that. But sir, moving forward, the EMIT perspective says don't run the business as an individual, but build a system that auto-runs.
Absolutely.
What do you think about that?
That's absolutely what it's about. As I said in my presentation, quoting from eMyth, it's not about selling goods and services. It's about building a business that you can sell, a business that works, a business that produces, a business that the owner need not be there. Yeah, he can take a vacation to Bahamas and the business is running because it's running on systems and processes. That's what a real business is. That's a business you can sell, not a business that you have to be there to run and manage by yourself.
In case you're still watching this on YouTube, it's your favorite channel, WinTV247, and we're looking at what businesses should look like in Nigeria, and Parallex Microfinance Bank is bringing this to bear, and right here is one of the resource persons for this event. So before you leave us, let's move into franchise. Looking at franchise in the sub-region of West Africa, it is not yet acceptable as it's supposed to be. We have the likes of McDonald's spanning in countries all around the world because they built a system and people can actually auto-run this system anywhere, any day, anytime. But here in the sub-region of West Africa and in Nigeria to be precise, people actually ascribe franchise business to just the fast food like we have. What do you think? Want to hear recommendations to the Nigerian business person watching right now?
I think the real problem in that area is the fact that people still want to own things. They don't want to share it. They want to bring partners in. They don't want to let people into the secret of their businesses. But the real expansion is in franchising. Build a prototype, build one that works, and then license other people to use it. You make a lot of money from that. You get royalties, you get fees, you get shares of the profits. You become bigger faster than if you are running just one single shop. Like the McDonald's example that you gave. When the two brothers ran the shop, it was just one shop. But when they sold it and made it a franchise prototype, they went worldwide. So that's the way to go.
Okay, so now today we have young aspiring entrepreneurs gathered.
Yeah.
And Parallex Microfinance Bank is saying, come, let's give you the tools to drive this. What do you think about this bank? It's one of its kind. We don't see this every now and then. And there is this notion about the microfinance bank that they are just there to take from the people. What do you think about this particular bank that is bringing this to bear?
This is a very good initiative. The truth is a lot of banks are thinking of this, but not many of them are doing this. A lot of people know that the blue ocean is really the microfinance, the bottom of the pyramid. That's where the fortune is at the moment. All right. So this is what's unique about Parallex. They've been bold about it. They've taken the initiative. They've taken the step. A lot of people, like I said, are thinking about this. They are not really doing it. In Nigeria right now, I only know of one bank that has an academy of this type, where they talk to entrepreneurs. There are other banks, there are one or two other banks that have the small and medium scale enterprise initiative, but how far they've been able to carry out workshops such as this hasn't been as very intense. But quite a lot of banks are doing this, quite a lot of banks are thinking about this, but Parallex is not only thinking about it, they are doing it, and they are standing strong to finance successful plans. I think it's a very good initiative.
So thank you very much. And we want to, right now, our audience will have some business person that have tried once, twice, and they are giving up. Just give them a few words for them to pick up again and move to the next step.
When I spoke today, I said one of the things that banks and financiers look for is track record. The fact that you've tried and you have failed, that is part of your track record. Now you know things that will not work. So when you're developing a new plan and you want to do something new, you have experience as to what will not work. So I expect your new plan and your new initiative to be a lot stronger and to have the leverage of the experience of having failed in the past. So it should be a lot stronger for you to go forward.
So I want to thank you very much. In every economy, women are quite important. Okay, at this point, let's get to meet them firsthand.
My name is Blessing.
Correct.
I'm from Christ Embassy at Dekunle Kuye, Surulere.
Correct.
And I came in here today to be enriched and refreshed concerning my business.
What do you do?
I am into children publication.
Okay, that's very important. All right. And
my name is Blessing. I'm from LCC 3B, Christ Embassy.
Let's take a walk, please. Let's take a walk. Madam, let's start from your end. Okay. Now, today we've had a couple of the speakers tell us different ways we can actually drive our business. What do you think about the Nigerian businessman? What's your perception? How would you define a typical Nigerian businessman?
A typical Nigerian businessman is lacking in information. For example, when I interact with majority of them, they will always tell me, I don't want to borrow money from the bank. But just like we're told today, that if you borrow money from the bank, you expand. So a typical Nigerian businessman has this mindset of, let me remain where I am. The small money I'm getting is okay for me. Okay. That is it.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's find out, what do you do?
Actually, I'm a business person.
Okay.
I buy and sell.
Wow.
And then I educate people. I do consulting as well.
Wow, that's really interesting. And today, we just had a couple of things from the speakers, and I had you ask a question. If I'm not getting it wrong, you made mention of where do you want to make mention of transport?
Yes.
Okay, that's very important. Let's move forward with what you've learned today. Where do you see your business in the next 2 years?
Wow. It's going to be awesome, I tell you. Okay. It's going to be mind-blowing.
So do you mind sharing some of the strategies you are laying down for yourself now? Because it's not all about going to conferences, but I think you're taking something home. If you get back, what are the few things you want to implement?
Well, I'll go back home, go back to my drawing board, and my vision is to be one of the greatest transporter in Nigeria, or if I must say the best in Nigeria, because in Nigeria we have a bit of challenges with transportation, and the reason why I'm basically pinpointing on the fact that transportation is very, very vital, because without transportation we can't move from one place to the other. And no matter how the economic instability in Nigeria, transportation, food, shelter is very important. If we must eat, we need transportation to bring the food to our doorsteps. Wow. So I looked at it that transportation, I really need to, because if you check other countries, people enjoy transportation. You see people sit in a train, read books, sit in a bus, you can do so many things, wow. And it's a means of like improvising, because there's so many things that,
Go ahead, we're listening.
I don't know, it's mind-blowing, honestly. I have all these things inside of me. I don't know how to explain all of this.
You're going to take 1 minute to actually do that. Okay, let's look at what you do in Nigeria. What would you think is the basic challenge in the industry where you play?
The basic challenge in the industry where I play is that a lot of parents, because I tell you I publish children magazines. I organize programs, educative programs for children.
Right.
But the challenge, as in the pamphlet or the magazine that I produce, is that a lot of parents do not see the need to get these materials for their children.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But these children, when at a stage, I had to give out these magazines free to schools, to orphanages, to churches, and all these children were very, very happy reading these materials. But for the parents, when you introduce it to the parents to buy for the child, they don't have that mindset, that the right attitude too.
Okay, so having come to this place today, what are the next steps you want to take now to make sure this works?
The next step I want to take, as in pushing out the magazines, is like re-strategizing.
All right.
Instead of coming direct to parents, I go through school teachers.
Right.
I go through church teachers. There are other avenues instead of using the old app.
I want to thank you very much for your time. Okay, our viewers, you just heard it now from this resourceful businesswomen here in Nigeria. They said they have what it takes to drive their business to the next level, and this is coming from the doorsteps of Parallex Microfinance Bank, and today is a unique seminar we're having here. I'll be right back after this break. No, okay, moving forward, at this point I want to meet somebody that champions the cause for what the revolution is in the media. Boss. Alright, so welcome back to your favorite channel, What is New TV 247 on YouTube. And moving forward on this unique experience right here, K&G Event Center, Lagos, Nigeria. We'll have someone that champions the cause for what the media is supposed to look like in the global space. Let's meet our first hand. Hello.
Hi.
Please, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Ifoma Elo.
What do you do?
I'm a social media strategist. I'm more PR practitioner, digital marketing consultant, and all of that.
Well, let's start from here. How would you define the Nigerian media? Because understanding that where you play is the next step for the media. We watch the media organizations globally. The way they do their stuff is quite different, and you are a social media strategist. How would you define what you do?
What I do is this: I help organizations understand the new media platforms and how they can take advantage of it. Because playing in the new media platform is different from playing with the traditional media platforms. What is obtainable on the traditional media platform may not be obtainable in the new media platform. And the new media platform involves social media, the web, and mobile media. So right now, organizations know that their customers have a louder voice on these new media platforms. So how do you manage your communication? How do you manage your public relations? How do you manage your reputation? To understand all of those and tie them in to bring benefit to the organization is what I do.
Well, this is quite brilliant. In case you're still watching on YouTube, this is What is New TV 247, and we are actually interfacing with somebody that champions the cause for social media integration in businesses here in Nigeria. And we're still at this platform, the Parallex Microfinance Bank, bringing this to bear. Let's move forward. You asked a couple of questions.
Yes, I do.
Now, haven't had these resource persons. What are the things you're taking home to integrate into your business?
Okay, first and foremost, a lot of young entrepreneurs, they get it wrong from day one. So one of the key things I'm taking home is this: get it right. Don't think, okay, this is what I'm going to do when I'm 10 years, when I'm 5 years, or when my brand is 100 years. No, think about, what you're going to do when you are 10 years and 5 years, and do those things even today. Okay. Because if your brand remains consistent, then that gives you a higher rate of success than just trying to, play the game and play the market. So be matured from day one, do the right things from day one, and that's how it's.
So what will be your words for the organizers of this seminar?
Awesome. This is what I've been missing in the business channel, in the business link. This is what I've been missing. Many years ago, I kept thinking, oh God, how can businesses have a platform where they have consulting, they have advice from people who have been there, who are not just talking from textbooks, but who know what the market and business needs. And this is coming almost free to business owners. So this is the right step in the right direction.
I want to thank you very much, our viewers. Now we'll be bringing you more faces with different thoughts on this unique experience right here, Lagos, Nigeria. I'll see you at the next one.